Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth from 217 Creations, and I'm here today to show you how I created my Twilight inspired font on my Gypsy for my mini album that I've just completed. And right now what you're looking at on my Gypsy screen is the Twilight title itself. All the fonts that were in the mini album were all created using Plankton Schoolbook and nursery rhymes. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how I created these fonts and how you can use them for other projects besides something that's Twilight inspired. So let me go ahead and show you what the completed font looks like, because right now what you're looking at is on my Gypsy. And just in case you have not seen my mini album yet, for this, that is what the completed font cuts. Absolutely love it. So, and of course it cuts this file itself that I have on my blog for download for followers is it will cut Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn, and then a couple movie titles throughout the books and the movies that show up, like Be Safe and you know, Sparkle, Fire and Ice, and Eternal Love. So I would really encourage you to check out my blog for those files if you're interested in them, and they are free for download, like I said, for followers. So let's go ahead and get started and learn how to create these fonts. So basically what I did is I decided between all the font cartridges that I owned that Nursery Rhymes and Plankton Schoolbook were the two closest to the Twilight looking fonts, because it's a very classic clean font, but it has a couple rounded characters in it, and that's where Nursery Rhymes came in to help. So what we're going to do on this video is I'm going to actually create, let me get back here, and I'm going to create for you, if I can get my Gypsy to cooperate here. Yay, clean page. Okay, if I can get my Gypsy to cooperate. It's being touchy. I don't know what's going on with it, but anyways, I went ahead and started with a clean page here, and we're going to pull up a cartridge. And so I'm already sitting on Plankton Schoolbook. So I'm just going to, let's take the word, for instance, love. And I'm going to type that. So I'm going to type L-O-V-E. Okay? And we're going to put those onto the mat. Let me zoom out here. Okay, so there's our love. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to jump to Nursery Rhymes. There's Nursery Rhyme. And the font on Nursery Rhyme is actually up in the shifts. And so I'm going to type the same letters, L, O, V, and E. I'm going to put those on the mat. Okay. So from here I'm going to look between these two. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here for you. I'm going to decide between these two which of the letters I like best. I did decide on the Twilight font that the E from Nursery Rhymes is too rounded. It doesn't quite look like the E, so I'm going to take the E off. But I will tell you that the L from Nursery Rhymes looks better on the Twilight font than the L from Plankton Schoolbook. So I'm going to get rid of the Plankton Schoolbook one. And I like the O from Plankton Schoolbook better, so I'm going to take off that off Nursery Rhymes. And the V is much better too. So we're actually only going to use the L from Nursery Rhyme on this one. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup. That's what this button is here. It breaks up the group. So now we've ungrouped. And each letter is standing on its own. And so what I'm going to do is start with the L. I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to increase its size because that's a little too small. So I'm up to like 1.75 inches here, which is a good size for a font. We need to ungroup those guys, so those are ungrouped also. Okay, so to keep my font straight, I always like to back it up, the base of the letter, back it up against one of the numbered lines. So I'm backing these up against the 6-inch mark here. And so from here, what we're going to do is come back to our cartridge overlays, and we're going to go to Plankton Schoolbook, which is right here. And this is where I'm going to teach you how I created those spikes that are on the letters that really add a lot to it. I went into the shifts and see this oval right here? I picked that oval. I'm going to come back. Okay, now we're going to come to advanced screen, excuse me, back to basics, sorry. And we're going to unhook the chain link right here. See how it's white, it's not yellow anymore. So what that is that's the aspect ratio. So basically that keeps the height and the width in check. So as you increase the height, you also increase the width. By unlocking that, I can alter this oval to create it into a long, thin spike. And it's really easy to do. So on the width, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to decrease it down to as small as it'll go. And I'm going to increase, that is as far as I go. I'm going to increase the height. So once you unlock the aspect ratio, the easiest way is to tap on the height and the width and alter it from there. And so I'm going to bring this long spiky piece up. And on the Twilight font, if you're familiar with it, I'm going to zoom out here. All the characters kind of have points and slashes kind of going off the top, the bottom, and then there's some going on the side. So I'm going to put one on the L, and then I'm going to come to my advanced screen. I'm going to make a copy of that. I'm going to zoom in here. Sorry, I'm working upside down, so you're going to have to forgive me. Okay. So there's that long spiky one. So let's say I want to run that maybe across the bottom between the O, the V, and the E. I'm going to come to my rotation. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to bring it over here and lay it on top. Now, as you can see, it's not coming far enough across, so we have to go back to the basic screen. And right here on the height, we're going to increase that. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to shift it over. And I still think it needs to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to come over here. And as you can see, this is just a matter of kind of playing with the fonts. And it takes some patience, but it's a lot of fun. I have another font that I'm working on that has like raindrops coming off of it. It's super cute, and they're very, very easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and have that, and then let's go ahead and leave it there. I'm going to show you how we're going to do next. Come back to the basic screen. I'm going to hit group, and I'm going to select all these pieces till they're all blue. Now I'm going to come in to my advanced screen and I'm going to weld. Those are all going to be welded together, so let's preview it. All the gray parts are not going to cut. I know it's going to be hard to see in the video. Let me zoom in just a little bit with the camera and see. My camera doesn't do too good. Too close. That's probably as best as I can get for you guys. Sorry. But as you can see, it's going to create this long spike off the L. The O and the V and the E are going to have a long line here. Now, the L is not connected to the line or the O. You could connect it. On my titles, I actually didn't, because if you look at the font itself, on the movie titles as well as the books, they're not all connected into one long piece, but that would be so easy to do. You would just grab this group and kind of scooch it over and touch the L, or move the L in towards the O and the V and the E. So I hope this kind of gives you some ideas of different ways you can alter the fonts. If you like this file and you don't want to have to go through the work of altering the font yourself, you are more than welcome to come to my blog and download the file if you're a follower. And in this file, you are going to find, like I said, the titles for Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn. You're going to find movie phrases in there, as well as the images for the apple, the tulip, the ribbon, and the chess pieces are all in there. So check it out. And as always, I appreciate comments, subscribers, and followers. And if you have any questions, please shoot me an email or message me, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.